guys. I haven't seen you guys in a while, or recorded a video in a while on any of my social media, but there's reason. Let's give you guys a mini life update while we get ready for the first time in a while. So, you guys don't know this, but I do suffer from migraines. And recently, like a few months ago, I had gotten new symptoms of my migraines, which is like the left side of my body will go paralyzed, like almost like paralyzed, right? So I couldn't move it or talk and slurred speech and stuff like that. I got them like 3 times. I went to the emergency room. The first time I didn't because I didn't want to go, and the second time my dad took me, right? They were like, we're going. And the third time is the reason why some things I'm about to talk about. So I already went to the emergency room. I've seen my neurologist. She had gave me some pills. Well, I bought them. She told us to drink them. Told me to drink them, right? Basically make a cocktail when I feel my migraine episodes are gonna happen. And I was following her things. So this goes down June 24th. I was having a super great day. That same week we were gonna move. So I was already stoked because I loved moving. Couldn't stop talking about it. And yeah, so stoked. I think it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday. Look back on the calendar. So anyway, it was night. Me and my brothers were gonna pull an all-nighter. So we're just laying in my room, my bed, like waiting time to pass. I ended up feeling like a bit unwell. My head started hurting, and then I'm not sure when, but we're playing on their phones, and I started feeling a bit bad. I feel my paralysis like it's gonna happen. I'm not sure that's because then my brothers are playing on their phone. They gave me the phone, but then I can't really, like, I'm playing on it, but like I feel kind of confused. And then I'm trying to tell my brother something, and I can't. I'm just saying like random words like bicycle. Remember I said bicycle and other words like that. Let's try it in the lips. I feel super, not groggy, but like foggy and confused. And then my left hand starts feeling weird. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna get up, go to the bathroom. And because I didn't want to freak nobody out this moment, but I'm like, I need to tell my brother. So I'm not sure if I tell him, like, I know I text him, but I'm not sure like if I already had drinking my pills or not. Like I said, I didn't, not yet. Because I do go with my little brother, my younger brother, downstairs to get them, because that's where I like had them. And so I get out the bathroom after I text my brother, like, you know, I'm not feeling well. I kind of feel, at the moment, I start going more like numb and limp on my left side. Alright, going back. So I make it to my room. We go downstairs. I drink my pills, and I'm expecting for him to work out. You know, at this moment, I think that's when we decide to like stop pulling the all-nighter. So like, you know, I stop it, and then like we decide to go to bed. Well, I'm gonna try. My older brother, he goes to bed. So he's sleeping. I'm like right next to both of them, but my younger brother's staying up with me. He's on his phone though, right? And I'm just laying there, scared, but I'm acting like everything's okay, right? I'm not gonna go ahead and freak nobody out because I do not like going to the emergency room, right? So, you know, I don't make a big deal about nothing. Like, some time passes and I'm not like getting no better, right? I'm just gonna, cause I'm just gonna like wait. My thought process was like gonna wait because I already had drinking like Tylenol, and like cause that was like part of my medicine cocktail, as you will per se call it, right? So, you know, I'm gonna let my brother sleep. So I told him, hey, I'm gonna go out in that like a mini couch my other brother had, and he had his TV there, kind of like a gaming room. So I make my way down the hall. At this point, I'm not feeling well. Paralysis still up. Massive migraine headache. At this point, something was wrong. Other than the fact that I could not speak. I'm not sure how long I spent there, but do y'all remember that lady that like made like seafood? Like, oh, she's like a mukbanger, and then she will like one of her videos she was screaming loud because like she was gonna prepare eels. Well, I was watching that lady. I was literally, something was terribly wrong at that moment because I could not get to her channel. Like, cause we have Roku, so like on YouTube, like I could not figure out. Okay, so here's a better example. I could not figure out how to unmute the TV. Unmute the TV. It was clearly wrong. I was trying to sleep it off on that couch chair, but the pain was too much. I eventually, I'm not sure how long I spent there. I spent maybe like an hour and a half there. So by the time maybe it was like 3 in the morning, I'm not sure, but I ended up making my way back to my room, and by the time my brother was already asleep, my two brothers were already asleep, and I was just gonna go ahead and sleep it off. Well, I had cold shivers. I was in horrible pain, something that I could not explain. It was just horrible. I just ended up sleeping it off. Not sleeping it off, but like sleeping. And my dad, I know my dad wake up like at 4 or 5. So he came in my room to grab his phone because it was charging. He sees me shivering in pain. I forgot what he said. He thought I was doing, maybe having like a nightmare or something hurt or having a nightmare, whatever, right? So he ends up like waking me up and then try to shake me up, and like that's when I wake up and I can't tell him what is happening because I cannot speak, but he does not know this, right? So mind you, my brother's next to me, my big brother, and he ends up telling my dad she cannot speak, and he basically tells him like what had happened, I guess, or what he thinks, right? And then that's when my dad says, "You're going to the emergency room," right? And I'm like, no, right? Because that's like all I could say is like hi, and I no, and I me. That's how I was doing. Like I was like me, but I literally cannot. I literally remember. I remember because I told you guys that we were moving, preparing and packing. So I already washed my laundry, and I was just like it was downstairs in the basement. But I didn't realize I didn't remember. So I ended up just going to the hospital with like some shorts. I think the same shorts I have on right now, and this shirt, I think, and then some some slides, because I couldn't even remember how to put on my Converse because that's all I was planning to wear. I couldn't tie them on, and I actually had grabbed my dad's phone because at the time I did not know where I placed mine. So like I grabbed my dad's phone. My dad was like, "Where's my phone?" Because we were like ready to go. And then I'm over here at the back door because we have a car. just with my dad's phone in my hand. So we end up getting in the car. I'm still like, my head still hurts, but I'm not making it seem like a big deal. But I cannot talk, so we end up arriving. And we end up getting checked in, and then we're at the front desk with the lady, with the nurse, We're at the front desk with the nurse. And she asked me some questions. She asked me like, what's my name? My brother's answering, of course. And then that's when she asked, they explain everything that's happening. And that's when she like looks at me, and then she's like, okay, my dad said she told me to like, I'm not sure what's like to say or like what's my name, and I responded by like saying like so I think she asked me like what's my name, and I responded by like opening up my mouth. So I do that, she stops her question and she sits us right in, and then I really get put to the bag that's our emergency room is, where like the rooms are. We get in a room, they told me to sit down in the bed. I sit down in the bed. They ran some things. We're there for a good time. Massive headache, went back on. Have nausea. I do end up TMI. I do end up throwing up once. I get an IV in me, and I literally want to go. Like, I'm crying because I want to go. I can't speak to the doctors when they come in, so they try and figure out. They do a CAT scan. I take a pee test. So they get CAT scan, MRI, and then after, the doctor comes in, and there's like where like the update and everything, like where he comes and tells me, we're actually gonna admit you. You're gonna stay here, right? So they're gonna put me up in another room, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go. Like, it's just for a day. You see why I give it that look. So my dad's like, yeah, that's good. And that's when, and then like I look at the face because the doctor asks me questions, and I'm like, I answering them. But a couple hours ago, I couldn't even say hello, right? So I just start like talking to him like normal, like, and my name, he asked my name, like I'm like, I can't tell you like what my last name is, because I can't say it right now, but because I couldn't say it, but I can see it, right? I know what it is. So I saw him like my name, and that's when it comes out, right? So I told him my name. They asked me like, what grade are you in, and stuff like that. So I'm talking to them normally, and they're like surprised, because it's like, you couldn't do this like a couple hours ago. And then, but yeah, I get admitted. I get wheeled out all the way across the hospital. I get put in the floor in my own personal room. The doctors come in and ask me some questions, and they basically they run tests, a lot of tests. They start looking at my platelets, and they're down to 9. They're not supposed to be down to 9, and that's when stuff starts getting scary. And they give us some options, because they still don't know what's wrong with me. They have suspicion. I get more urine tests. I'm still on IV, so I have taken a shot already because I was musty. Your kidneys, I need you to start drinking water every 15 minutes. Remember to drink water. And then I'm eating, drinking, and then that's when they come in and be like, I actually need you to stop. I'm like, okay. And they actually had told us like I could have got like a blood, like No, I'm not sure if it's called blood transfusion, but like where they switch, like where they spin your blood and stuff. I'm probably forgetting some things, so I'll come back to like really tell it good. I'm not trying to make the video too long. They eventually tell us you might have TTP. We're gonna send some things to our people in our lab. So I guess it was like my blood. And then, so my platelets were low and I started getting bruises. The doctor, every time he came in the room, he was surprised. He looked like he was surprised to see me sitting up and doing and saying that I feel great. I started getting bruises on my body. He said those are because your platelets are low. I think that's what he said. So it started getting very worrying because he said the way that you're going, it looks like your whole body's gonna get covered in bruises soon, right? So totally not alarming or anything, right? So eventually they transfer me down to another floor, which was the floor where I stayed the longest, which is hematology, optology. So the blood unit, did what is hematology unit, which is like where all the blood, chemo, happens. You get this the night that I get transferred there, that I had to take a shower because the next day I was gonna have a catheter put in me, and I got diagnosed with TTP. It's a rare blood disease, and so I got diagnosed with it, and I had, I believe, 3 plasma transfusions. So basically they took out my plasma and they put somebody else's plasma in me because that was like yucky stuff. So all the antibodies that were in my body, causing my body not to go good, right? First time that I had a horrible reaction to it, so they had to medicate me every single time after that. But every single time my platelets started going up, and they were super happy because of that. Doing good, and then they started me on some other medication. So like this steroid called prednisone, I'm on that, which is why I have a moon face or cortisol face, whatever you like to call it, because this steroid causes water retention, and it causes you to have more appetite. It causes you sweats. It causes me heat sweats, so I regularly get those like if I have menopause. So I'm constantly, so if I move like hard and like in a certain way or do like an exercise that's like, I guess like a lot of movement, it will cause me to sweat, like high temperatures too. This has been very hard on my body. It has made me like go back and like mentally, I guess you would say, because I don't look the way that I used to. I'm tired, bit of insomnia here and there. Yeah, just not really feeling my best. But we are coming out of it. I did get lowered of it, and they also gave me some injections that had to be injected every single day. I am off those though, so that's a lot of improvement. If I didn't say yet, they did lower it down, so thank you, Jesus. Slowly and slowly we're gonna start coming off it, and slowly, by the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, this face is gonna start going down. Final look, that's the end of the video. So basically I got diagnosed with TTP. I'm in treatment now. I'm getting way better. I'm hoping I can start posting more videos. But yeah, that was a little life update. I do want to start posting more videos regularly and get back into that schedule. Just pray for me, you guys. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, but sorry for disappearing on you guys. And I love you, but don't forget God loves you more.